Hello, welcome to the sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Open Series in Chicago. I'm Nick Miller alongside Kevin McLeskey. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the sideboard for the Open Series Spotlight. Now, we saw you on camera beat Brad Nelson with this new take on Jeskai tokens, and this is a deck that everyone's been excited about, mostly because of Jace.
Yeah.
But you said you've played this deck a lot?
For probably the last 5 months, 6 months.
Okay. And how big of an impact has Jace Vryn's Prodigy been in this archetype?
It's been really good because, like, let's say they go like 5th turn Ojutai or something, or 5th turn Big Monster, you can like kind of, and if your Jace is in the graveyard, you can like command it back and counter their Jace, their big creature.
Right.
And like, Jace has definitely done some good stuff today.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen it come down early against the devotion strategies and do its thing because they don't really have a way to kill it. Mm-hmm. And when you give this time extra cards, it just gets out of control. So you're combining Vryn's Prodigy with Ojutai as a command, a new card to this archetype. You know, are you mainly bringing back Jace? Sometimes are you getting Seeker? How have the modes been for you?
Mostly bringing back Jace, sometimes Seeker. I played against Goblins round 1, and I had to bring back Seeker and Gainful Life, so that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for those that haven't seen the deck, it kind of broke out a while ago. You've got a bunch of tokens, Hordling Outburst, Dragon Fodder, you know, Raise the Alarm, and a Secure the Waste to just get a ton of tokens. You play Ascendancy, and then you just get to go wild, running people over, going wide. Mm-hmm. Talk about your burn package here. You're opting for 3 Wild Slash, 2 Lightning Strike, of course, with 4 Stoke the Flames, which is just insane in this deck. You know, how'd you come to the conclusion on your removal suite?
Like, I like the early game kill, like the Lightning Strikes and Wild Slashes. Those really take care of like Rabble Masters and like a bunch of early kill. And Stoke's just obviously good because you can like tap 4 guys, Stoke them, untap them with Ascendancy. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I've done a lot of times like Stoke, Treasure Cruise, Stoke, like it's really good. And then like obviously the early game kills, yeah, it's pretty good.
Anytime you get to Stoke twice in a turn, you're probably just going to kill them on the spot, it seems like, with this deck. Of course, you're one of the few decks in the format that gets to run 4 Treasure Cruise. Yeah. Just insane in this deck.
Really good.
All right, so how have your matchups been this weekend? I mean, what has Jace like improved the deck?
My matchups have been pretty good against everyone. I've lost to 2 Absins today, but I've won like 5 other Absins. And Jace is just like, I guess like flipping them in response of like Languish is like really good. And yeah, Jace is definitely like basically the deck.
Right, that's interesting. They try to cast their removal spell or their sweeper, you get to activate Jace in response and then have a Planeswalker post-sweeper.
Yeah, and if I have like Ascendancy out, I can go like in response, non-creature spell, discard something, and then Jace to draw something, discard something, flip them.
Right.
Like, it's pretty good.
Seems pretty powerful. Now, your sideboard has a lot of interesting tools. You know, I've played this deck a bit. I think it kind of struggles or has tougher matchups with Elspeth decks. I see you have 3 Sphinx's Tutelage. Is that what it's mainly combating, or? Yeah,
because basically if someone drops an Elspeth, definitely game 1 I'll lose. And then like, if they drop an Elspeth game 2 or 3 and I have Sphinx out, I can definitely like mill them out because I have a bunch of tokens to stall out the game, and then I have Sphinx with Treasure Cruise, and to mill them out, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we've seen the powerfulness of the combination of Treasure Cruise and Sphinx's Tutelage in the Turbo Fog deck we saw this weekend to great effect. Here it seems very similar. You also have some Valorous Stance, Anger the Gods, Roast is more removal, and then a ton of counter spells between Disdainful Stroke and Negate.
Basically just for Elspeth.
Right.
Elspeth beats this deck by itself.
What are you kind of transforming into the control deck here with Angers? When's that card needed?
When's Anger needed?
Yeah.
Against like, I thought there was going to be more Goblins or like more mono-white Devotion, but I sideboard them in against like all those aggro decks, and then sometimes against red-green Devotion. Basically, if I'm on the play, I'll sideboard them in, but if I'm on the draw, I won't.
All right. Well, you're getting ready for a top 8. You're against green-red Devotion, if I'm not mistaken. How do you feel your matchup is?
I feel pretty good about it. I've won against 3 red-green Devotions so far, Brad Nelson being one.
Sure.
So I feel like I have a decent matchup.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me here in the sideboard. Stay tuned for the videos here on StarCityGames.com.